Welcome to Nugget 115 with Steve Groman. I know in Nugget 114 we started talking about Tesla and we're sort of all over the board because he is an exciting person to talk about and we have come across so many different tidbits about Tesla. Why don't you tell them about the place that we saw outside of Dallas, Fort Worth area?
We caught wind that there is somebody in this country, in Texas, that's actually using Tesla's innovation. And so we went and found this place. It's rather interesting because they have built their own Wardencliff, essentially. They have built a receiver where they can actually pull electricity out of the sky. They're running their whole facility with it, and it's just a fascinating place. And it's one of those weird places. There's no front door. Everything's a back door, and they have security. And we were kind of chased around a little bit because I want to get some pictures of this thing. It's an amazing thing because it is real, but it sounds so sci-fi.
If you're driving on I-35 East, just north of Waco towards Dallas, you will see this giant structure on the northwest side of the highway. It's really worth going to see. It's kind of cool. The company in Milford is Visiv Technologies, powering the planet, bringing light to the world. For over 100 years, scientists and industry leaders have searched for a way to safely transport energy over long distances without the use of conventional wires or cabling. That search is over. Visiv surface wave systems utilize a long, theorized but never successfully demonstrated terrestrial electromagnetic phenomena known as the Xenic surface wave.
Tesla technology, and actually it was actually done, but nevertheless, they never give him credit, but he's the guy that came up with this. And their next bullet point here, low-frequency surface waves can propagate around the globe from a single location with an until now unachievable efficiency. It's really quite fascinating when you realize, and this technology is available. It is true. It is there. Clean, safe, reliable, wireless power is what they're talking about. Fascinating. Most people don't know this is even a possibility.
I think Tesla would be proud that they're continuing his technology. And then we were in Washington, outside of Seattle one night.
Let me say something first before I get sidetracked. We get sidetracked and I forget it. It's kind of a shame that people see it all the time, no doubt. They don't have a clue what it is.
Right.
Because Tesla is not a common name. People don't know what all he did, but it's really worth looking into who was Nikola Tesla. Just a genius of a scientist.
Well, they called him a mad scientist. He talk about eccentric and strange and weird. He had a lot of kooky things that he did. He definitely was kooky, but a lot of inventors are eccentric.
This article says his work fell into obscurity until after his death, but since the 1990s, his reputation has experienced a comeback in popular culture. In 2005, he was listed among the top 100 nominees for the TV show The Greatest American, which is really quite an accomplishment if you think about it. To go from obscurity and died penniless way back when to one of the top 100 people.
Well, I think he should be in the top 10.
He should be in the top 10.
Frankly.
Because we all utilize his inventions even still all day, every day.
And we know that the military actually did obtain all of his things when he did die in room 3327 at the New Yorker Hotel in Manhattan. Our son took this picture of the Nikola Tesla corner on West 40th Street, which is where the New Yorker Hotel is, where he did die. As we mentioned in the previous nugget, we wanted to go to the Tesla Museum in Colorado Springs. And when we called the number, someone answered the phone, obviously had the number, and they said, oh no, the museum no longer existed. There has been, I think, an attempt to hide Tesla as much as they can in what he did. I think that if you look into it, you'll find that is the case. We just found a dead end. We couldn't find anything because his inventions, the things that he did in Colorado Springs and in Wardencliff were just outlandish, outrageous. And let's go ahead and tell him what he said he was afraid of doing if he actually charged up Wardencliff, the location that was similar to the Colorado Springs location in Long Island.
The more he learned as he went along the way and the more he experimented, the more success he was having, he got scared. He literally got scared, and he actually believed that he could literally blow this earth in half. And there's a good chance that might have been able to be done.
Well, because we probably are in some sort of electric universe, and he knew that if he tapped into that and resonated it, I guess, the wrong way,
resonant frequency was a big deal for him.
He could just cause some sort of havoc, and he was sort of fearful of what he did. And actually, you can go and visit Wardencliff now. A group of individuals have developed the Tesla Science Center at Wardencliff, and we were actually going to go there, but they were opening like the following week, and we were too early. And at that time, you could just go out to the fence and look and see only the platform where his big antenna type device was. But I presume they've opened, and because of COVID, they're probably shut down again. But we will get to Tesla's Wardencliff, back to the museum in Colorado Springs. So we were just at a dead end. It was like nothing is ever working out getting a hold of Tesla information.
Yeah, we were in Moab, just going to a rocks and fossil shop, and there's a beautiful fossil shop there in Moab. They have an enormous amount of things that we would like, things that we are interested in because of rocks and fossils and creation versus evolution. And so we go to this place. We're just having an absolute field day. It's a beautiful fossil shop. But anyway, we were just about to leave and basically paid for stuff, and we're going to be walking out the door, and there's a doorway at the exit door with a black curtain over it. And we just asked the guy, what's in this? What's behind here? And he said, just a bunch of Tesla stuff. We looked at him, our jaws dropped open, and we looked at each other. It's like, what?
What? Because this was just like 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
after we'd been in Colorado Springs.
Right after we tried to go there, we couldn't.
What are you talking about, Tesla stuff?
What are you talking about, Tesla stuff?
He says, well, the owner here loves Tesla. And they closed down the museum that they had in Colorado Springs. And we're like, yeah, we know. And he was able to obtain quite a bit of the displays that were there.
Equipment.
And he had this stuff all just crammed in a corner. And we said, well, we love Tesla. We wanted to go to his museum in Colorado Springs and found out it was closed. And now you've got some of the stuff. Can we look at it?
Can you look at it?
And they let us look at it. And it was just
really
all
neat
piled
stuff.
in a corner.
Yeah.
And when we went there, I guess it was last year, we went back again to the fossil shop to get stuff. And he had sort of arranged the Tesla stuff. And here are some pictures from there. But he certainly isn't doing justice. And this is sort of representative of what has happened to Tesla. He's been put on the back burner, on a side wall, in a little area, and it's just a shame.
Look into Tesla. We just want to encourage people, look into him. We use, every day, all day long, we use his inventions, and people don't even know who he is and where he came from, but he was a true American scientist.
Yes, he was. There's a little bit more information we want to talk to you about Tesla, his connection with Niagara Falls, and about his death, and a whole lot more. This concludes our second nugget on Nikola Tesla. There will be 2 more. You don't want to miss them. Thank you.